disappears once it's destroyed. And this smoke trail, which spawns in when it gets destroyed. Now, also, when it gets destroyed, this underground, this jet flame spawns on this bomb, which in combination with this tanker has the ability to blow up this bunker, which is right here. It's really hard to pick this apart, but this was when this bunker blows up, this provides a lot of extra special effects for when that objective is destroyed. So the way you would script that would be scripting trigger event. Now the reason I don't have any scripts on this map is because you cannot copy scripts from one map to another. If you do, I mean, you can copy the objects, but you can't copy the scripts. Let's see. The new script is the one at the bottom. So this trigger event is on object destroyed, and the good thing about these capsules is you can select the actual capsule. So when it closes, it is destroyed. Fallen Champ told me about that, or showed me how to do that, so give credit to him. And so when that is destroyed, this script is activated right here, which would spawn the jet first. Let's see. Spawn object and pick object. So that will give you some special effects for the blowing it up. You're going to want to unspawn some things. And on PC, I cannot use the W key when you're wanting to zoom in. So you're going to unspawn that racing waypoint. The light star. The light. I'll do the light last. That's actually the smoke column, which which you want to spawn the smoke column in last. Preferences, unspawn object, and that light beam is actually down here. So we'll unspawn that and spawn object. The smoke. I always forget to pick on pick object. But we also forgot to unspawn the light. Unspawn object. So now the light will not light up the environment. Alright, so that's how you set up the objective for destruction, special effects. One thing that Jacob showed me also would be this cool alarm sound. Destroy red capsules. So if I'm on the blue team and one of my capsules is destroyed, you could spawn with a lifetime alarm in your base, which I'll show you with the alarm, which works pretty good. It's under sound. Sound points under base alarm. So it's up to you. You can spawn that in with a lifetime, maybe when one is destroyed, and then spawn a second one in permanently if both are destroyed. So that way the enemy team has to listen to that while they're getting pummeled by helicopters. That'd be cool. Originally I had this open by unspawning this and spawning these in, but if those get caught on anything and they don't lay flat, it will mess up your game. So I recommend just have it open all the time. Let's see. You can also unspawn the flamethrower effects if all 4 get destroyed. So when this one, when one of these is destroyed, you want half of your weapons to spawn in, or if you're going to have just one on the map, you're going to have all the weapons spawn in for the enemy team, which would be, you could just add all the weapons in here. Add action, spawn weapons, add action, spawn weapons. If you want 2 objectives, it would be an either or scenario, and I'll explain how to do that again. So
Team death.
That would be you're going to add gameplay, scripting, trigger event, 2 trigger events. Now, when one capsule is destroyed, that represents one of these triggers. So both of these are attached to you gotta go to properties. So object destroyed. This one, I didn't do it right again. I always do that. Object destroyed. Pick object. Other canister. Or trigger script, I'm sorry. The newest one. It's this one. Or it could be the other canister. It doesn't matter. Object destroyed. Pick object. Either one will trigger this script. Either one. And this script will run once. And the action would be to spawn half of the weapons. Or vehicles. Half the weapons or the vehicles. Now, what if the team blows up both canisters? So, you're going to do another script. Add action. Trigger event. Trigger event. Oops, you don't need two triggers for this one. Delete that one. So this one will be on object destroyed. See? Canister. And you add a second event canister. So now both of those have to be completed before this script will spawn all the weapons and helicopters for the enemy team. Now, I didn't used to do it this way. The way I used to do it was a lot more complicated. This method has not been tested, but it works in the editor. So what I will do is show you the old way to do it, just in case. Yeah, let's do that. File open map. Let's do it with Oasis Rush 2. So the old way of doing it would be if one canister is destroyed, let's say one canister is destroyed, then this flame will spawn, blow up this barrel. This barrel would have a script of its own that says spawn half the weapons. If the sister canister was destroyed, the other one, which is blue, this flame jet will spawn and blow up this barrel, which will spawn half the weapons. And the way I set up, if both canisters were destroyed, so if one canister is destroyed, this barrel spawns. If the other canister is destroyed, this flame spawns. So you have to have both of them spawn in to give you the helicopters, and so that's harder to do. So you could do it the old way. The old way is a lot harder to set up. There's a lot more scripting. I also scripted the defend sign to disappear if both are destroyed. Same thing in here. I scripted the destroy red if all the weapons are already won. You can script those to unspawn. If you lose your capsules, you can script that to unspawn. Also, if you want your team to have some vehicles at the start, you can put some trigger volumes at the spawn, which will give you some vehicles. And when you blow up the objective, you can rerun, also include some scripting to respawn these vehicles again. You just have to rerun that script with a different trigger. And yeah, I think we covered everything. We got height restrictions up in the air on all maps that have helicopters. That way you can't just fly away and shoot at the ground. The height restriction keeps you, this is basically a damage zone with high frequency. Keeps you from flying up too high. I think it just about covers everything with this game mode. If you got any questions, you might also want to consider reckless driving turned on, and you may want each team to have one or a couple ways to defend against helicopters with something like that, or you may not, because technically when you get the helicopter, you're supposed to be able to kill the enemy team pretty easily. Yeah, so I hope some people attempt to remake these maps, and if you need a template on a console, you can use any of these. They'll be in the description, and you just have to be sure not to delete any objects that are not involved, or sorry, that are involved in scripting. If you do it that way, because if you delete one object that's involved in scripting, then it will make your map unpublishable. So you could work for days and days on a map and you would have deleted something that was involved with scripting, which on this map, I mean, it could be as simple as this barrel or this smoke trail or something. Then you won't be able to publish the map. It'd just be a wasted effort. So you kind of got to know what's involved with scripting. It's better to just do this on PC and ported over. Take care.